All right, welcome back to, sadly, the final edition of the Fantasy Variation for the 2025-2026 season. We've officially crowned our champion. We've got him here in the studio, Mr. Jake Nichols, starting off 6-0, followed by a 6-game losing streak, but end of the year finishes strong with 3-game win streak in the playoffs. Nichols, I'm just going to turn it over to you right now. How are we feeling coming off the fresh championship?
Feeling good. I already spent all the money, so no refunds for anybody. Feeling good, man. It feels good to be back on top. I will point out on the fantasy app, I am a 3-time champion. No offense, Colin.
Dude, I was going to bring that up. No, you got 2. Don't even start with that.
All right. I'm a 2-time champion, 3 with an asterisk. But yeah, dude, feels good. Hell of a game to finish it out with, even though the path there might have been a little gross, but I'm happy to be here. Happy to talk some ball with you guys.
Awesome, man. Yeah, we're happy to have you. And Colin, you've already chimed in a bit, but man, how you doing tonight, man? Saw you earlier at work. Extra coffee hopefully fueled you throughout the day, and you're ready to roll for the pod.
I know, man. Always great seeing you in the office. I'm doing well. A little triggered, a little fired up now that Nichols brought up the 3-time, but I got to give it to him. Great win this season, and he's been good. So I'm happy to be here. Sad it's the last one, but excited to get this last one done. So let's do it. How about you? How you doing?
Pretty good, man. I don't know if I have too much to add, I guess. I'm just excited for this rec basketball league to get going tomorrow. So getting stretched out, getting ready to go, ready to get things off on the right foot in the C League now that we've made the jump after going 0-5 in the C League and then winning the D League championship. We'll see if we can get something going now that we're back in the C League.
Hey, there we go.
All right, well, that's probably enough basketball for today. We don't really have much to share since we haven't played our rec game yet, but I guess let's move over to football then a little bit. Maybe we want to start with round 2 then. I think that's where we kind of left off. Does one of you want to take it away with your round 2 matchup? I know, Colin, maybe yours wasn't the most exciting to talk about, though, for you.
Yeah, I don't know. Nichols, do you want to go first, and then we can go mine and then yours again?
Sure. I mean, mine wasn't all that exciting either. For my round 2 game, I played Zach. I think it was a 101-104 victory, kind of just a gross game on both sides. Eked it out though, got into the championship. As far as notes for that game, let me pull that up really quick. I don't think anything really stood out for me. I think that might have been the game Bucky Irving came back. Am I wrong?
I think you're right.
So I got Bucky Irving back for that. 71 yards, but it only amounted to 7.1 points. So he did nothing else other than run the ball a few times. 19.9 out of Jamar Chase. But just overall, I benefited. Oh, actually, no, I kind of remember this now. Lamar Jackson went down in that game, and Zach had a surefire win if he played the rest of that game. And then Derrick Henry late into the week won that game for me. That I do remember that. So yeah, that was a good win for me going into the championship.
Yep, yeah. I think another little note I had, I guess, too, you're talking about Lamar Jackson. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I believe, was hobbled in that Pittsburgh game, too. So he ended up even leaving that one early, only finishes with 9 points. So a couple injuries there always going to help, especially when you eke out a three-point victory when the scores are right around 100 there.
Yeah, the only thing I was going to add, oh, man, I already forget the first point that I was going to add. Maybe that'll come back to me. But the second thing was, man, Zach, Hunter Henry. He's been your guy all year, and then he puts him on the bench. Oh man, I think it might have barely gotten him the win. No, I think it would have lost. He would have lost by like 0.1 if he started him over Goddard. But if you put him in the flex, like his double flex tight ends that he has been doing, he would have got the win. But tough one there. Like you mentioned, the injuries. And yeah, I'm just looking at it. I mean, the highest score in this game was 22.8 by Derrick Henry. Had like 5 guys, including a defense, go over like 18 points. So nothing really crazy, but hey, man, that's all you need. Good defense.
I do want to know that I think going into the second half, Derrick Henry had maybe like 5 points or something. So it was looking bleak up until the second half of that Ravens game for me. So was able to stay alive and pretty happy about it. So yeah, over to you, Colin.
Yeah, good win. For me and Ron's matchup, man, this one was pretty nuts. I literally called it in our last episode. I was like, the last time I played against a guy in the fantasy playoffs, I think this one, it was the championship, but this one was semifinals. A guy going on Thursday night, Kamara dropped like 60 on my head. Well, Puka Nacua, welcome to the chat. 46.5 on Thursday night. So I didn't have a ton of hope going into Sunday on this one, but honestly made it pretty close. I knew as long as I could keep it somewhat close. I had Tyler Warren and Christian McCaffrey going on Monday night. They kept me in it, kept me watching the game, but ultimately came up short, about 157 to 174. McCaffrey had 32. I think he had like 20 in the first half, so I was definitely pretty pumped up and hoping I could squeeze it out, but overall couldn't come back on Ron. And then shout out to Ron and Ashton Genty. Dude's been sucking all year, kept believing in him, knew he had a bad playoff schedule, or an easy playoff schedule, I should say. He put up 31 as well. So between Puka's 46 and Genty's 32, pretty good week for Ron.
Yeah, and I was gonna talk about Genty a little bit actually, because it kind of stinks when he puts up a 32 piece, not only because of how bad he's been, but against the Texans defense too on the road.
Yeah.
It never seems like a game where that's gonna be the one that he pops off. But sure enough, I'm pretty sure he had like a 50+ yard rushing touchdown and a 50+ yard receiving touchdown. So he had a pretty nuts game. And then obviously you already talked about Puka Nacua. Dude's a Grim Reaper. He already stole my most points for the regular season. Now here he is stealing your spot in the finals. So shout out Ron for the Puka pick. I've already said it a million times like a broken record. It was a fantastic pick, and I was definitely too low on him to start the year. But like I said, I think it more had to do with Stafford's injury than anything else. Puka's such a beast.
Absolutely. I got nothing else. If we want to move into the final championship round.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Nichols.
So championship. This one was pretty much decided by halfway through the week. Derrick Henry, 45.6 points. Finishing it off, I guess final score was 155 to 116. The only thing I really have to say about this is the guys that won me games all year are the ones that won me this game. 45 points from Derrick Henry, Jamar Chase with 25, and then Wan'Dale Robinson, 22 points. Those three guys are the creditors for this championship. I have to give it up for them. They're the only reason I won any games this year. And I will like to point out, if we look at, I'm sure somebody can put up a screenshot of what I'm saying here. I have the least amount of points in the league by over 100 points, and I have the championship. I think the fantasy football gods have taken some pity on me with my previous years of scoring so many points and not even making the playoffs. So I'm just overall pretty happy. I have to admit I got lucky, but that just goes to show all you have to do is make the playoffs, and it's anybody's game. So I'm happy about the win.
Got out at the right time. Go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just going to say, absolutely. All you got to do is make it to the dance. That's what I always say. And that's what the Nichols team did here. Got into the dance, and you don't want to let anybody get hot around this time of year. And that's what we did for your team. So shout out on the championship. Congrats on being a 2, maybe 3-time championship. How you want to count the DeMar Hamlin year, but regardless, shout out, man. Nice year.
Yeah, I was gonna say too, Tommy. Maybe this luck will work in your favor next year. I know Tommy scored a shit ton of points and did not even come close to making the playoffs. So maybe it'll turn around for him next year.
Like Nichols said, he's punched his time with the unlucky years. I think I've only had like 1 or 2 now in a row. Just maybe I need to end the podcast so that my team can maybe turn it around and have some better luck. But we'll see.
There we go. I did have one other quick shout out, not involving that game, but the 9th place game. Congrats, Tommy. You won that. And guess who lost? Guess who finished 10th? Riley. Let's go.
Yeah. Riley's in last place. Let's go.
Thanks, Colin. It's a thankless job, but someone had to do it. Appreciate it.
I got you. Oh, man.
One more thing. Going forward, Camp Scadaboo's mine. I don't care where I'm taking that guy, and I'm gonna reach for him. He's my guy from here on out. He was cheering me on from the sideline. I dedicate the championship to Camp Scadaboo.
You better get a top 3 pick. All I'm saying is if Phillip Rivers for some reason comes back, he's obviously going number 1, Tyler Warren number 2, and then Scadaboo 3. So you better hope you get top 3.
The 3 horsemen of being the best, simply.
Absolutely.
No, congrats again. Unless you guys had anything else, I did have a couple of proposals for next year's league. If you guys want to hear it.
Yeah, let's
I'm
hear it.
excited to hear it.
All right, first proposal. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of backlash on this. We remove defenses. Keep everything the exact same. Get rid of defenses as a whole.
Are we discussing, or are you looking for the second question?
That's all. That's all I got for my first one. Any thoughts?
I don't mind it, but I would rather like replace it with a flex. I'm always a big fan of just having more starters. So I would always be on board with removing defense and adding a flex, but I never mind having defenses. I feel like they're not completely mindless like kickers are. So we remove those. But defenses are still a little bit of a game to be played there. So I'm happy with still having them in here, but obviously always a big fan of just adding a flex instead and getting another offensive player in there.
3 flexes could be insane.
I think I'll withhold my stance on where I'd vote on this, but what Tommy said is like the original argument that we had for removing kickers and keeping defenses. We all kind of agreed that defenses, there still is some sort of skill to picking up the right team, starting the right team, all of that kind of stuff. As far as removing defenses, I will just stay silent on this one.
I'll put together some good reasons. I didn't have any good reasons besides I hate defenses and kickers. So I'll be back on that one.
This is the infant stages of the campaign for this one. Okay, I see.
Exactly. All right, number 2. This one would be a pretty big shakeup. We changed the playoff format. We get rid of 6 teams. We go to 4 teams, and remove 1 game of the regular season and make it a 2-week long playoff each round. So the playoffs would last 4 rounds. That way, the only reason I would want to do that is because I feel like there's a lot of like variance and luck in these last few weeks, and like one team can go off and one team can just lay an egg. And it's really unlucky, I would say. With 2 weeks, it kind of middles everything out. I would love to keep the 6 teams, but I don't know how we would be able to do that with 2-week long playoffs. So just a thought. Definitely don't have to do it, but it's interesting.
I don't hate 2-week playoffs at all, but I do hate a 4-team playoff. So as far as implementing this, I would kind of be in favor of even shortening the regular season, maybe even a little bit more to accommodate this. I don't know. Doing the math in my head, I'm not a math magician, but it might be too short of a regular season. But I don't hate this proposal at all, because having a little bit more insurance for your team doing badly in the playoffs after you make it to the playoffs, I think there is some merit to that, as far as like you can bring yourself back in the second week. But yeah, no, I'd like to hear what Tommy has to say.
I'm glad you went first, so I had a second to think. I do like this idea, but I think I'm more in favor of having a 16 playoff. I think the only way in my head that I was even thinking this could maybe work is like maybe you have a 5-week playoff. So that would give us like a 12-week regular season, 5-week playoff for the wild card. Like, so the top 2 seeds get a bye. So you have like a 1-week wild card. So like that one, you kind of like, if you're not a top 2 seed, I don't really feel that bad if you get bounced in the first round of the playoffs or whatever. But then after that, if you're in the top 4, then you get that security of having like a 2-week window once those 1 and 2 seeds come back. But I think like a 6-week playoff and an 11-week regular season is kind of pushing it. Like I could maybe see like a 12-week regular season, 5-week playoff kind of with those circumstances.
Or what even too, we just do championship 2 weeks long and then keep the same format the rest. We'd have to remove 1 regular season game. It'd be 4 weeks playoffs, but wild card round is 1 week, then the semifinals 1 week, championship 2.
Well, this doesn't help you though. Your ass still would have been going home playing against Ron.
Hey, I'm just, dude. There's positives and negatives. I mean, if I'm the worst seed, if I barely squeak in as a 6th seed, I want 1 week playoffs. If I'm the 1 seed, my team's loaded, I want 2 week playoffs. So goes both ways.
I do. I was actually going to bring that up, that exact format you just said, having just the 2 week playoff, removing 1 regular season game, and then playing it out that way, because 2 weeks for a championship is more fun for, I think, everybody involved, maybe, especially if anybody has a rooting interest in one team or another. But I mean, obviously we'd have to put it to a vote to the league, but I mean, I see nothing wrong with it. I would vote yes for that actual format. So
I think I could get behind this. I feel like we might just have to work out the kinks, because I still don't love the idea of a 14 playoff. Because even take my team from this year, for example, that's a team that very well could have made the playoffs in a 14 format, and I still didn't even make the 16 format. I feel like not only do you have to have a good team, but you have to have a lot of luck as well, just to make a 14 playoff. So that's the only reason I don't love that. And then also the 1 and 2 seeds don't get the advantage of having a bye. I also kind of like that component. But like you said, I mean, maybe a big advantage for the 1 seed is just having 2-week playoff matchups or whatever. That is an advantage for them. So maybe it is worth it to get rid of the bye in order to give them that extra security of not just getting bounced by a 6 seed in one go at it.
Sure. After talking about it, I think I totally agree with you guys. Six teams is definitely much better, but definitely would be interested in exploring at least one, or the championship round 2 weeks.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can get behind some form of that. And I think I'm definitely voting yes on your first proposal, as long as we replace it with something. So
love it.
Keep working on the campaign. I'm already trying to get behind these. So
all right, last one. We remove all wide receivers.
I'm in.
Veto.
All right, I won't work on that one. Love it.
Damn it! You forced my veto hand against it, so I can't use it on the defenses. Damn it.
Tough. Well, that's all I got for proposals.
Well, I like it. We at least got some ready to go for next year. And hey, everyone out there, keep brainstorming, see if we can come up with any better ways to improve the league for next year.
Absolutely. Well, I think all we had left is maybe some best bets and recaps. Nichols, do you want to hang on, or you want to head out?
I'll stick around for this.
All right, let's go ahead and get into it, Colin. I think as for recaps, I think maybe it's just you that still has some season-long bets to recap. I'm pretty sure we got through all mine, and maybe you have 2 or 3 outstanding, maybe.
Yeah, and I can't honestly quite remember which ones it were. I know I had a very small chance at my division winner parlay with Bills, Ravens, Texans. Yeah, all 3 of them did not get it done. So we lose the 2-unit play there. And then the other one I think was either Igupa and Myers. Yeah, both of them to get 750 receiving yards, and that one hit. So overall, on the season-long best bets, we went up 3.09 units. And then overall in the season plus 6.28. So pretty good season overall. Can't complain. Maybe gonna reassess my division winners next year.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, it was my fault. I think for the Chiefs and Bills and Ravens. Hand up, this is the first time I've ever bet on season division winners or whatever. They've all won their division 5 years in a row, and then all of them don't win it as soon as I bet on them. So sorry about that, guys. I won't be betting on you next year. I'm sure all of you would win your division, even with Mahomes out and whatever. So
there we go. Did you have any other season longs, or did yours already?
I think I recapped mine, but I don't know if I actually had the units on there when we talked about it last time. I feel like that might have just been edited in. So I think I was down 3 units or so just on the in-season bets. Season long ones, we were up 3.2 units, so able to turn things around a little bit. We're up 0.15 units now on the year, so making our followers here a tiny bit of money on that. And I don't know why we're going to do playoff bets as well, because I'll probably just take my winnings that I banked so far this year. But oh well, we're gonna have some playoff bets for you this week.
Hey, can't go broke making money. 0.15, we're in the green, baby. Love it.
Green's all that matter. All that matters.
I won't spend that $1.50 in one place. Don't worry now.
There we go. All right. I think we each have one best bet and then one kind of flyer for a little bit of fun on these playoffs. I guess I'll just go first real quick. I'm staring at it. For my first one, we got a little parlay here. I'm taking Patriots money line against the Chargers, and I'm taking the Rams, moving them down to 6.5 against the Panthers. And together we got a little boost on DraftKings plus 168. Yes, this video is sponsored by DraftKings, but overall, I really like the Patriots, first of all. I know this is kind of a little bit sketchy, and like you can make the argument that the Patriots haven't played anyone. I really don't care. This offense is awesome, and I love Vrabel. And this Chargers team just hasn't done it for me that much lately. I can definitely see this game being close, but the way that Drake May has played this season, probably going to come up second in MVP to Stafford if I were voting. But I'm trusting him to get it done. Maybe a last second field goal. And then on the Rams on the other side, this Panthers team is just straight trash. I know the Rams haven't been great, but lately I guess I don't know, but 6.5 win by a touchdown. I'm taking that all day. They're at 10.5 right now. I'll probably take them straight as well. But plus 168, we'll take it. Sorry, kind of went on a rant there.
No, yeah, I still do like this play. I think I told you that actually like the Patriots Chargers game is kind of the one I'm staying away from. I agree with you. I think the Patriots are the much better team and they're playing at home. The only thing that scares me is just Justin Herbert having a fantastic game like he's been doing all year, carrying this sorry ass team to the whatever 7 seed I think is where they're at now. So yeah, that's the only thing I'm kind of worried about. I feel like the line's a little weird. I feel like the Patriots should be favored by more, but Vegas isn't doing it. So I don't know. This line scares me a little bit for the Patriots game, but overall I do like this bet, and I agree with you for the Rams. I think the Rams are going to beat the absolute piss out of the Panthers. I heard today on the Nerd Sesh podcast that they have the 4th worst point differential out of any playoff team. So I think it was minus 69 on the year. So nice, and shout out the Panthers for still squeaking in.
Yeah, it's atrocious. But I guess one other point I wanted to say, this Patriots line, like how we both said it's a little sketchy. 3.5, man, they're begging you to take the Chargers. The books want you to take the Chargers, man. Patriots by 1 million. Let's go.
Yeah, that's probably what I should be saying. We've been talking about the Patriots all year. We've been loving on them all year. We've been loving on Drake May, especially you, the guy that drafted him. So let's keep it rolling.
Come on.
Being
All right,
carried by one player. Oops, my bad. I was just trying to butt in. Being carried by one player can only take you so far as well. So I don't know. I like that bet too, Colin. I might tell you on that one.
Hey, it's not just one player. You ever heard of Travion Henderson? Come on.
Okay, so I guess over to my best bet of the first round. And like Colin said, sponsored by DraftKings. Use the promo code DAXStreetBoys below. Deposit $5, get $200 in return. I'm going to love the 49ers plus 3.5 this week at Philly. I think they're plus 4.5 on the books right now. So that's at about maybe like minus 110 or so, but I moved them to plus 3.5, which makes it plus 102. I think it really just comes down to, I think the 49ers are the better team. I don't really know why they're 4.5 point underdogs. I know they're on the road, but I know they're missing Bosa. I know they're missing Warner. I feel like Robert Saleh still had this defense producing pretty well for what he's been kind of given. I feel like they're near the bottom of the league if you look at any of the metrics, but the guys are trotting out there. They're still looking pretty solid on defense, and this offense has been exploding other than their last game against the Seahawks. They've been rattling off huge scores. I know Philly's got a pretty good defense, but I feel like the 49ers will just be able to move the ball much better than them. I trust the coordinators way more, and dare I say I trust the quarterbacks about the same. I feel like some people would disagree, but I don't really feel that much worse about Brock Purdy than Jalen Hurts. So I'm going to roll with the 49ers. I can't believe they're underdogs, so I'll take the 3.5 points and roll with it here.
Dude, I trust Purdy more, man.
Hell yeah.
Trusting Purdy. I like the money line. I think the Niners win this. The only concern is I know I've seen a lot of players hit the IR for the Niners. I think there's been 2 defensive guys this week that have hit the IR, so I don't really know how much that'll play into it. But yeah, I love this play. I'm in.
The only reason there's a little bit of cause for concern, I think I saw like 62% of the bettors on DraftKings are on 49ers plus 4.5. So not loving that, but I already have the bet in, so nothing we can do about that. We're just going to keep rolling, and hopefully Vegas gets bankrupted by all of us.
Man, and that number is only going to go up once the people see this too.
Absolutely. You hate to see that.
That's all right.
Hey, Vegas is making the call right now. The script's changing.
They are. Oh, man. All right. So my last play of the entire season this year, we're going with a fun one. It is plus 924. We're sticking with the Patriots. We're taking them 2.5. Moved them down 1 point. Sticking with our Rams at 6.5. Then we're adding Tommy's play, Niners plus 4.5. Just taking the straight spread, not moving it. And then Bills money line at Jacksonville. put them all together, 4 plays, plus 924. Obviously, Pats, Rams, Niners, we already covered. Bills is definitely a little sketchy. But this Jacksonville team, I probably shouldn't bet on this game straight. I'll probably only keep this in the parlay. I've been saying this Jacksonville team isn't good, and they continually prove me wrong. But they're on like an 8-game win streak, and off the top of my head, 2 of them were the Titans, 2 of them were the Colts without Daniel Jones. One of them I think was like the Dolphins. They did beat Denver in Denver, so that was a good win. And I'm forgetting the other 2. But like this win streak just isn't that crazy impressive. Don't get me wrong; it's extremely hard to win 8 straight or whatever it is in the NFL. But it's just not as good as it looks. And at the end of the day, I'm taking Josh Allen over Trevor Lawrence. So we'll see what happens there.
That's a good shout, Colin. I never even realized how light their schedule was. I just pulled it up. The Chargers are probably the second best team they've played by a pretty good margin over the last 8 games. And I wouldn't even say the Chargers are a very good team. I know I talked about how I'm scared to bet against them in their playoff game against the Patriots, but I still don't think they're a great team. I mean, like I said, Justin Herbert's been literally carrying them with all of his might throughout the entire regular season, especially since Joe Alt's gone down. So yeah, not super impressive by this win streak, and I think I've been on the same boat as you. I've been saying I don't really like the Jaguars that much. I think Liam Cohen is a fantastic coach. I just don't know how much I actually trust the players on the field to execute and get it done, especially against a guy like Josh Allen. So we'll see, but yeah, I could definitely see the Jaguars winning at home, but I'm definitely still rocking with the Bills like you for sure.
Completely agree. This one's probably my quote unquote stay away game, even though I bet it. Like this is my Patriots game from your terms, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and I think I'll probably just jump right into my parlay then. I think I have a very similar one. I've got all the games in here except for, like I said, that Chargers-Patriots game. So I'm calling this the Road Warrior parlay. I'm betting on the other 5 road teams. All the legs are around minus 200. So I've got the Rams -6 like Colin does at Carolina. I've got the Packers +3 at Chicago. I've got the Bills +3.5 at Jacksonville. And sorry, I think I said +3 for the Packers, but I meant 3.5. I've got the 49ers +7.5 at Philly. And I've got Texans money line at Pittsburgh. So I really just moved all these lines a little bit, maybe like 3 points a piece, just to kind of get them at some more favorable ranges. Like I said, with the Bills, and the same thing kind of applies for the Packers. I expect them to win this game straight up, but I am a little scared that the other team, the home team, could kind of just come in and steal it at the end. So I'm happy to take both those at +3.5. I feel really good about both those. The Rams, like I said, I think they might win by freaking 30 against the Panthers. 49ers, my best bet. Obviously love that one with the line moved a little bit. And the Texans money line at Pittsburgh. I feel like this Texans team, and I almost put them in here at -2.5 just to be a little bit more cocky about it, but I don't know how Aaron Rodgers is going to survive this game going up against the Texans pass rush. So we'll see. Pittsburgh's offensive line is much improved this year, so maybe they can hold up a little bit, but this pass rush is no joke. It's definitely not going to be like playing the Ravens this past week. So I expect the Texans to roll in that one as well. So I think that parlay was, and of course I didn't write it down, I think it was like +850 or something with my 20% boost that you were talking about on DraftKings, Colin. So we're going to roll with that one. I think it's pretty similar to yours, pretty similar odds, even though I've got the one extra leg, but maybe not as sharp of lines there, or however you want to call it.
Yeah. I pulled up your text. It's +871. So
hey, even better.
Yeah. The one game that I wanted to talk about, Texans Steelers, man. I am very tempted to take the under in this game. I just don't see this game being very high scoring. But then also I'm like, all right, is this Aaron Rodgers' last game? Like, he might throw for 250 and 4 tutters. Like, I can't make up my mind. I don't know. I very strongly like the Texans in this game, which is making me a little too worried about it. So we'll see though. I love the parlay. Love every pick in there. I got a lot of similar, but we'll be rooting for you.
What is the over under in that game? I mean, it's got to be like 40 tops.
39.5, I believe.
Dude, I don't know. And I just bet on the freaking Colts Texans under, and then that hit in the first half. So I'm kind of afraid to bet on the Texans unders at this point.
It is currently sitting at 39.5. Yep.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe, like you said, I kind of love betting the low over unders. And like I told you this last week, I bet like 8 unders that were like, well, I think one of them was like 47 and that one didn't hit. So I bet like 7 unders that were like 40.5 or less. And I think I went 4 and 3. So maybe I'll have to keep that in mind for week 18 next year. But man, I just love betting unders. It gets me in trouble sometimes though, for sure.
So fun. All righty. Well, I think think that covers them all. Nichols, did you have any plays or anyone you like in this playoffs who you're rooting for?
No, I don't have anything as far as bets go. I do have a question for you guys though. I want to know what your opinion on what team in the NFL this year do you guys think has the most complete roster top to bottom going into these playoffs? I know that's you both look up to the sky. I know it's a
I think I knew my
hard
answer,
question.
but I'm not sure.
I have two answers. If you're going to go like totally well-rounded and just kind of act like the quarterback position isn't more valuable, I would say the Seahawks by like a decent, maybe the Broncos. I think you could throw them in there. Like they're kind of the same thing, hang their hat on their defense, but their quarterback isn't quite as good. If we're talking about the quarterback, you're factoring in them being a little bit more important than all the other positions, I would definitely go with the Rams. I think they've got a really solid roster and they've got a much better quarterback than those other two teams I just talked about. But if we're just talking rosters outside quarterbacks, I think the one seeds in both conference are the ones that kind of boast the best roster despite not having the best quarterback.
I was going to say Rams. You make a good point though with the Seahawks. I mean, that roster is actually loaded if you take out Sam Darnold. But I don't know. It's tough. I don't know who's going to go to the Super Bowl this year. Like I truthfully don't. I love that the Rams play the Panthers, and then I don't know. They're the 7 seeds? Then if they were to win,
They're 5.
Oh, they are the 5. Okay, so we don't know who they play.
And I feel like this year there could be a lot of upsets. I wouldn't even project like who people are going to play because I think the Bears are going to lose straight up to the Packers, like stuff like that. Or like I think the Niners have a very good chance at straight up beating the Eagles. Like I think it's going to probably be hard to project this year for a round in advance, at least from my perspective.
So you guys are kind of dancing around the reason I asked that question, and it's because I look at this bracket this year, and it's the most confused I've ever been, like looking at a playoff bracket. Because, like Tommy said, I also personally believe the Packers outright just beat the Bears, and there's looking at all of these games. You can say that about a lot of them, and it's just I'm so unsure about the playoffs. That being said, I think the Rams are going to win the Super Bowl this year. So there is that part of it. But what an interesting year and what an interesting playoffs we have ahead of us. This is going to be fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and like just thinking it through, I don't know their actual odds. I'm not looking at them. If I were to make like Super Bowl picks, like throw a couple bucks on everything, I think I would do Rams first. Then I think I would go 49ers, just with the value there. And then
I thought you were saying like if you made odds, like you put the 49ers at second. I was like, what?
No, if I were to bet them, sorry. If I were to make some Super Bowl bets. But
yeah, I think in terms of odds, I'm trying to pull them up real quick. I want to say the Seahawks are the favorites and the Rams are second. I would imagine the Broncos are probably third just because they have the bye as well. But let me see. Yeah, Seahawks plus 330, Rams plus 425, and then Broncos plus 650. And after that, it gets up to like plus 900 or above. So it seems like the sports books at least kind of have those 3 teams ahead above the rest of the class.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Hey, get on your Patriots, man. Plus 900. Time to buy.
It's value, man.
Honestly, looking at this, I think the Bills are a really good value. If I had to pick a team on here that I think is the best value, I think I would go with the Bills. Their roster kind of sucks. They have a terrible run defense, but they've got the best quarterback in the playoff field by a country mile. So I think that's going to be a huge advantage for them down the stretch here.
I am not going to log on and look at those odds. I mean, I get like just as we're talking about this, I'm like, oh, Bills, yeah. Oh, Patriots, yeah. I can't do it this year. I don't know.
Well, and like that being said, it's like 2 years ago, I would have been like, I'm putting all of my money on the best quarterback in this playoff. But like the disparity between how shit the fucking Bills roster is and how good like these other I don't know. I'm really excited to see how this plays out. And this is a great time to not be a fan of any NFL teams because I get to really enjoy this. Like I guess you guys, no offense, don't have teams in the playoffs right now. So
let's go. I get to enjoy the playoff.
Yeah, but yeah, no, this is for just like a lover of football. This is going to be a really fun playoff to watch. So I'm pretty excited to see this and how it plays out.
Totally agree.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And my blood pressure could be at a more appropriate level for the rest of the month. So that's great.
Love to hear it. All righty. Well, I got nothing else. You guys got anything?
I got Nichols. Thanks for coming on. Shout out to Hollywood Casino 3.0. Let's get that dub tomorrow.
Hey, let's go. Yeah, congrats again, Nichols. Yeah, appreciate you coming on. Any closing remarks? Any fuck yous to Riley or anything?
No, I'm just happy that Riley finished 10th and I won the league. He made my life hell. But yeah, no, thanks for having me on, guys. No, this was a fun year. I think I may have doubled my amount of appearances that I did last year. Maybe not. I don't know. I can't even remember how, but yeah, I love doing this with you guys. Happy to be on. Let's go win another championship next year.
Not so fast, my friend. Not so fast.
We'll see about that. All righty. Well, we'll see everybody next year. Thanks again for listening. Don't forget to enter your promo code for DraftKings. As always, go Lions and bleed blue.